Every day, at least like 6 to 7 new rumors in regards to Spider-Man. This latest one suggests that the film and the deal is on hold. You know, Spider-Man development is on hold because of Apple and Sony and a proposed buyout. And Disney's just sitting back being like, all right, I don't think so. Well, I'll explain to you why this isn't the case with evidence. And right before we get into this, thank you guys for watching the video. And thank you to all the new subscribers and of course CBC members. You guys are quite awesome. You're all great people, probably. So here's why I don't believe this. Let's say, hypothetically, Apple is in deep talks to buy Sony, which I believe they will be buying Sony. Them or Amazon, I think, will spring on them, and they're gonna buy them just because of the catalog and the history. They don't want, like, Universal or somebody to get them, although Universal could realistically get them. Scratch what I said, never mind. Anyways, here's why I don't believe this. Let's say, for example, that the talks are going on again and something is happening behind the scenes. You're telling me that Sony is just like, well, all right, we're set. We're not going to develop any more movies until we're bought out because then it's safe. Although, not really though, because then the license goes back to Disney, so we're not safe. You see the problem here? And here's another problem. Remember when Disney announced that they were buying Fox? What did Fox have to do? They have to keep on making content. Because what if the deal falls through? There is that possibility. That's very evident. It could have fallen through, and Fox would have been like, oh no, we're really doomed. Imagine if they would have just stopped production on everything. Sony can't do that, Spider-Man or not. And Disney cannot sit on the outside and be like, we just hope everything goes good. We'll regain Spider-Man. Because, again, we don't know the full story now. We're all under the assumption that Spider-Man license is going to revert back to Disney. But we don't know the full story here. As we talked about earlier, there are loopholes now that allow Sony to produce Spider-Man TV series in live action, even though they don't own the live action Spider-Man TV rights. Loopholes. As technology changes, things change. The best example I can give you of this is WWE Network. Almost anybody that's featured on there gets no royalties. You know why? Because it's a digital streaming service, and when they sign their contracts for their royalties going forward, a lot of those are for VHS and DVD sales. For physical media, that's digital. That's completely different. What I'm trying to tell you here is that there is no way that Disney is not interested in acquiring this. And there's no way that people within Sony, if they know they're getting sold, are not also trying to make a deal with Disney over this character. Because if, let's say, Sony is sold to Apple, the character reverts, they're not going to take anybody that was responsible with Spider-Man and all the BS that's been happening behind the scenes. If you were Sony, if you were those people, if you knew your job was on the line and Apple was probably going to pick you up and fire a bunch of executives just like Disney did with Fox, wouldn't you want to take Spider-Man and talk to Disney and be like, hey, why don't you buy this character back for $2 billion? And also, we guarantee ourselves a 10-year job like Kevin Feige. See what I'm saying here? I hope you guys understand what I'm, trying to explain here to you. There's no way that all these studios are just sitting back going, it'll just work itself out, boys. It's a good time.